A rivalry is emerging among two companies trying to clean up the trucking industry, Nikola Motor and Tesla Motors. Semi-trucks might not be the sexiest of vehicles, but they represent a key market for cleaner transport. And for carbon emissions to drop worldwide, semi-trucks will be crucial. Recently, there's been a lot of media buzz about the Tesla Semi and Nikola One. Yet these two semi-trucks are entering the segment with two completely different implementations. Tesla is all-electric, while Nikola is choosing the more controversial hydrogen fuel cell route. So which will be better? Tesla thinks battery-electric semi-truck models are superior. Nikola thinks hydrogen is the best choice. Neither company actually has a semi-model on the road yet, but Elon Musk and Trevor Milton are talking up their respective visions of the future of heavy-duty trucks, with the hope of getting vehicles to customers in the next couple of years. Nikola, a company that designs and intends to produce electric semi-trucks, has seen its stock almost double to levels of around $65 since early June. This puts the market cap of the company, which went public earlier this month following a reverse merger with a publicly traded special purpose acquisition entity, at about $23 billion. Roughly in line with Ford, which sold over 5 million vehicles last year. Investors are betting on the increasing electrification of the trucking industry, as the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency finalizes regulations to slash emissions from heavy-duty trucks by a quarter, starting from 2027. Nikola's primary focus will be on its electric semi-trucks, which will use hydrogen fuel cells instead of batteries that are used in electric vehicles, including Tesla's upcoming semi-truck. However, hydrogen fuel cell vehicles could have a couple of advantages, particularly in commercial applications. Firstly, they have shorter recharge times, similar to diesel trucks, which is helpful for commercial vehicles that can't afford downtime at battery charging stations. Secondly, the range is also likely to be higher, with Nikola indicating that its truck could have a range of 500 to 750 miles, compared to Tesla's Semi, which has a maximum range of 500 miles. Now you might ask, what do I mean by hydrogen fuel cells? Let's start with what a fuel cell is. A fuel cell is a device that generates electrical power through a chemical reaction by converting a fuel, hydrogen, into electricity. Although fuel cells and batteries are both considered electrochemical cells and consist of similar structure, fuel cells require a continuous source of fuel and oxygen to run. Similar to how an internal combustion engine needs a continuous flow of gasoline or diesel, fuel cells are used today in a range of applications, like providing power to homes and businesses, keeping critical facilities like hospitals, grocery stores, and data centers up and running, and moving a variety of vehicles, including cars, buses, trucks, forklifts, trains, and more. They are a clean, efficient, reliable, and quiet source of power. Fuel cells do not need to be periodically recharged, like batteries, but instead continue to produce electricity as long as a fuel source is provided. And that's the backbone of Milton's Nikola company. Tesla, of course, needs no introduction. From business mogul and CEO Elon Musk, Tesla is accelerating the world's transition to sustainable energy with electric cars, solar, and integrated renewable energy solutions. Unlike Nikola's hydrogen fuel cell, Tesla vehicles run on batteries, and instead of being refueled, it is charged. Electric cars function by plugging into a charge point and taking electricity from the grid. They store the electricity in rechargeable batteries that power an electric motor, which turns the wheels. Electric cars accelerate faster than vehicles with traditional fuel engines, so they feel lighter to drive. Just like Nikola, Tesla also has a number of investors supporting the company as they recorded an all-time high in stocks this year, making Elon Musk the fifth richest person in the world. Nikola has partnered with established industry manufacturers, including equipment maker CNH Industrial CNHI, that makes the Iveco brand of trucks, and German automotive supplier Robert Bosch. While the initial manufacturing of Nikola trucks will begin at CNH facilities in Europe, the company intends to eventually build out a factory in Arizona. This is in contrast with Tesla, which has built its own highly automated, vertically integrated manufacturing that should allow for lower costs and better efficiencies. Though different in manufacturing, designs, and source of power, they both share a problem, which is charging infrastructure. Both Nikola and Tesla will need to do a lot of heavy lifting in terms of building recharging infrastructure for their trucks. We think Nikola's focus on hydrogen cells could prove more expensive and complex. Unlike traditional EV recharging stations that supply electricity, Nikola's refueling stations need to produce hydrogen via a process of electrolysis, and that won't be easy. Perhaps the biggest differentiator between the two, and probably most relevant in the decision-making process, is the powertrain. The Tesla Semi uses an all-electric approach, while the Nikola One uses a hydrogen fuel cell system, similar to the low-selling Toyota Mirai. But to some people, they believe electric powertrains have some significant advantages over hydrogen fuel cell technology. They feel it's far more energy efficient. To put it simply, while the process of using hydrogen as a fuel source remains more energy efficient than gasoline, it's still less efficient than a fully electric system. Another issue people are considering is the lack of hydrogen refueling stations. According to the Department of Energy, there are only 49 hydrogen refueling stations in North America, with almost all of them within California. Meanwhile, Tesla's supercharger network is massive. In addition, there's also a fast-growing EV charging infrastructure that's non-Tesla specific, but still compatible with Tesla as well. At this point in time, the biggest positive that hydrogen has over fully electric is faster refueling time, assuming you can find a station. You can refuel your fuel cells in minutes compared to a minimum half-an-hour charge of electric cars. But keep in mind, battery and charging tech has rapidly been improving charging times, and the efficiency of battery electric vehicles remains a massive advantage. By the way, it's not just Tesla that feels this way. Car mogul Volkswagen also cast their vote for electric instead of hydrogen fuel cells. While Nikola's hydrogen fuel cell semi-trucks are likely to begin deliveries only in 2023, the company will roll out a battery-powered truck called Tre next year. Tesla's semi-deliveries are likely to start around 2021 as well. While Nikola indicated that it has 14,000 orders for its semi-trucks, these are unlikely to be binding, as there is no deposit money required. Around 2018, Tesla indicated that it had about 2,000 orders for its semis, with a deposit. While there's no objective way to value Nikola, given that it has yet to deliver a vehicle, the stock appears risky at its current valuation of $23 billion. Sure, its fuel cell technology appears quite promising, and it also has plans to expand beyond the truck space, with a pickup truck called the Badger, which will compete against Ford's F-150, but the execution risks are high. On the other hand, Tesla's valuation has also more than doubled year-to-date to about $180 billion. However, Tesla should provide investors better downside protection considering its wider range of products, sedans, SUVs, as well as planned pickup and semis, its industry-leading tech and software differentiation, as well as its fast-improving profitability. The feud between both companies has also found its way to Twitter. If you are a fan of Elon Musk, you will know he is always fond of being outspoken about anything. Musk refuses to take Nikola's hydrogen trucks seriously, going to lengths of even saying, "Fuel cells equal full cells," mocking Nikola's core technology in a tweet. It's quote-unquote staggeringly dumb. He wrote in another tweet, "It's not the first time Musk has made fun of hydrogen fuel cells. In the past, he has called them full cells, mind-boggling stupid, and simply not possible to succeed. It's just very difficult to make hydrogen, store it, and use it in a car. Hydrogen is an energy storage mechanism. It's not a source," Musk said in a 2015 interview. Nikola CEO Trevor Milton has reacted to some doubts by arguing that it takes time for a technology like fuel cells to mature. "I think most technologies take 10 years or more to productionize," he told Observer in an interview. While electric is now more mainstream, there are still issues to be worked out. It is the same with fuel cells. They are already on the road and being improved on. He also added saying, "I think it's kind of a compliment," Milton told Observer, referring to the fact that Tesla announced it would ramp up production of its semi-truck the same week Nikola went public. "I mean, it's nice to know that we're affecting Elon's decisions," he added. "We have nothing against Tesla, but you can definitely tell that we're scaring them, because now he's dedicated all of Tesla's resources to the semi-truck project." To Milton, the idea of generating hydrogen to use it as an energy storage for a truck makes sense, since in trucking, weight is everything, as he told Observer. Hydrogen is also much lighter, he continued. A hydrogen semi-truck can weigh up to 10,000 pounds lighter than a battery electric truck. He also specifically dissed the Cybertruck, a move that seems calculated to raise Musk's ire further. But even with its grand hydrogen fuel cell ambitions, Nikola had to resort to adding a lithium-ion battery to its hydrogen-powered pickup. But the question still remains, will Nikola be able to keep up their momentum in the coming years until their hydrogen semi enters production? Will they continue with their hydrogen approach or transition to fully electric? Will their vehicles ever actually get to production? So many questions left to be answered. Which company is best positioned to win, and which technology is superior? And who's the bigger showman, Musk or Milton? Are we finally entering the era of the electric pickup truck? Lots of new models are hitting the internet, but when will they hit the roads? The positive out of this is, either way, there will be a reduction of CO2 emission, which will in turn help reduce climate change or global warming. That is all we have for you today. Thank you for watching. Till next time.